Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal, and after months of waiting we finally have the main trailer for The Witcher. Keep in mind, this didn't come as a surprise because we knew that during Luca Comics and Games Festival we would get a proper trailer for the show. I'm not going to lie, I really like where this is heading. This was a much better trailer than the first one actually, giving you some proper info about the things we're going to see, and we finally have some character reveals that we didn't have before. So let's go into full analysis, and thank you everyone for waiting because I actually wanted to do some research before I released the video. The first scene of the trailer shows us what seems to be a shot from the Battle of Sintra, or the Slaughter of Sintra, when Nilfgaard invades the kidnapped Cirilla. The cinematography is truly amazing from the first shot, and that is something I wanted to definitely give props to. Camera-wise, camera work, cinematography-wise, this show is looking incredible. Then a short sequence of Geralt picking up his sword, and then a shot of Yennefer and her eye. After that, we have Geralt walking through Blaviken, it seems, holding a certain sigil. And this shot is from the Lesser Evil story. He just finished fighting in this shot, and I'm not going to spoil anything like for the people who haven't read the books, but for everyone who actually looks at the trailer a couple of times, you will know who this sigil belongs to, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. And this is going to be one of the most defining moments for Geralt in the books and generally in the show. Trailer then goes straight onto the Nilfgaard Invasion of Sintra. We see Geralt fighting against Nilfgaardians in their very badly designed armor pieces. One thing I want to mention about the fighting scenes is that they're truly well done. From these couple of shots that we got when Henry is using the sword and fighting, combined with the choreography of the scene and how the camera switches to handheld, it really gives you that cool action, and I'm excited about it. I mean, they had Vladimir Fordik, who created fighting choreography for Game of Thrones, so there is no mistake there. Fighting scenes are definitely going to look amazing in the show. After that, we see Arethusa. This is a well-known scene from the first teaser, and it moves straight onto Yennefer. Overall, it's going to take a bit to get used to her version of the character, but so far I'm happy. Although, I did imagine Yennefer with a bit more of a roughness in her voice. It's difficult to explain, but Anya has a bit of a soft voice. But again, these are only a couple of scenes. Let's wait for the first season to actually judge on that. Then a couple of shots where they introduce the Trial of Grasses. It's a process of potions and magic where boys are turned into witchers with better reflexes and an ability to drink witcher potions. Keep in mind, only 3 out of 10 boys survive the trial, the rest die in agony. Geralt's hair actually turned grey because of the Trial of Grasses. No one knows why, but he was more resilient than others during the trial, that's why he was tested a bit more than others. After that, we finally get, well, it is a behind look, but we see Geralt and Jaskier, or Dandelion, however you want to call him. He is a traveling bard and a close friend of Geralt. His lute is always with him, and I can't wait to see him perform. We didn't get a chance in this trailer, but hopefully in the next one or in the show, he is going to nail the job. Also, trailer goes back to Blaviken at this point and shows Geralt using Ard, which is a sign that acts like a force. For some people, this sign was weak in the trailer, but not really. Even in the game, if you use Ard against shield, it won't do much of a push, so you have to take that into consideration. Then there seems to be a tavern in Blaviken with a shot of Renfri's gang. Renfri is actually tied to the Lesser Evil story, and it's going to be a huge part of the show. Moving for that, we see a CGI ghoul, it seems, and Geralt is going to be fighting them in the forest. Interesting choice for CGI. It does look realistic in a way, so I'm happy with digital effects so far. I kind of wanna see how they did this Striga. Is she going to be somewhat of a CGI and practical effects, or is it going to be a full-on costume? We have to see when the show comes out. I do have some problems with their eye contacts, the color of the eye. Sometimes it stands out too much and it looks cheap, but overall the quality did improve. Also, interesting scene when Yennefer and Geralt meet. She says all these things and how she thought witchers have fangs and horns and Then Henry spoke and actually said like I had them removed, and how he spoke and how he sounded is really good. The voice reminds me a lot of the version Doc Cockle did in the games, so really good on that front. After that, we get a nice scene of how generally people treat Geralt and Witchers in general. They throw stones at them and insult them all the time, and that is also when we get the first look at Renfri. She is played by Emma Appleton, and there is going to be a lot of fighting between the two. They are putting a lot of emphasis on the story. She says to Geralt, "Why don't you just kill the people that say all these things to you?" And Geralt replies, "Then I would be what they say I am." Which really captures Geralt's persona. Other Witchers potentially could harm people easily, and it happened. Like, you had people insulting Witchers, throwing stones at them, and because Witchers are really good at fighting, they basically kill everyone in front of them. Then a shot of Calanthe fighting with Nilfgaard. This is when she is hurt, but not going to go too deep into the story. Also, one more scene with Geralt and Yennefer. This is, I believe, much further after they meet, so at this point there will be a certain connection between them. Also, Calanthe telling Ciri to find Geralt on her deathbed, and Henry looks very decent as Geralt. Honestly, it will take a while to get used to, well, not him, but everyone. But I am positively surprised on his performance in the trailer, and we shall see when the Season 1 comes out about the rest, but so far it looks very promising. After that, Ciri is traveling alone to find Geralt. She meets the Dryad, something we also saw in the previous trailer. Then the trailer moves to the short story called The Question of Price, and I swear to God, Cintrian armor is looking phenomenal. So what's up with Nilfgaard? It's almost as they had interns work on Nilfgaard and the rest was done by someone else. What is going on? Amazing shot of Geralt fighting the Cintrians. Duny is also going to be present there. If you know who Duny is, then cool. If you don't, I won't spoil, but trust me, it's gonna be a really cool scene. And after waiting for so long, we see Geralt talking to his mare Roach. He says, "Don't judge me." This might be after the Blaviken story, maybe yes, maybe no, who knows. Might be something less significant, you know, when he talks to Roach about what he did and how he shouldn't judge him. I mean, she shouldn't judge him. And holy crap, they did it. They actually did the bathtub scene. I was laughing so hard when I saw this scene, and yes, it's canon, so it's a really nice addition to the show. After that, we also go back to Nilfgaard attacking, Calanthe crying, and the soldier you see here is Cahir. He is an intelligence officer for Nilfgaard. He's played by Eamon Farren. Again, no spoilers, but expect a lot from him. Then we see Musak, really good casting on that one. He will be the one to kinda force Geralt to save Ciri. Also the scene when actually Cirilla escapes from Cahir, I believe. I couldn't pinpoint the helmet for some reason, but she does escape by splitting the ground, and this guy seems to be Cahir. Again, I could be wrong on that one. Then a truly amazing shot of Sintra on fire during the invasion. CGI is well done. I mean, they pumped a lot of money into the show, and if the first season is successful, I'm guessing they will kinda up the budget a lot for the rest of the seasons. I believe the showrunner already said that she has about 7 seasons mapped out, so we're gonna get a lot of, you know, The Witcher from Netflix in the next couple of years. We also have Henry speaking a lot in the background, and the voice is definitely fitting. What is this on the armor? This bile could be from a monster, or did someone throw up? I don't know, but it's definitely after some fight. After that, we get a first shot of Fringilla Viggo, played by Mimi Ndveni. A lot of controversy around the casting, but look, it's Netflix. Of course, some character changes will be made. They always do it for every show. They did it for Troy. Of course, they will do it for The Witcher. Of course. Next part is about Yennefer and how she tries to save the queen and her child. Well, this is what we know. She is pursued by a certain mage. It begins in the forest, and then she moves onto the desert through teleportation, and after that, she teleports to that rainy town. It will be interesting to see who that mage actually is. And after that, a truly well done fight scene between Geralt and Renfri. I just love these fighting scenes they have. Then Some filler shots of the stories we already mentioned, then the Saya the Free, we already saw her in the previous trailer. Also, this is very interesting vision Ciri has with all the red in the background and her hands full of blood, they look like they're melting in a way. So this is definitely going to be a really nice scene to have, and I like all of the choices they made with the production design and the costumes, except for Nilfgaard, but everything else definitely seems like a high budget show. Then we have a huge fight between Nilfgaard and Sintra. I swear to God, I can't wait to see this fight. It's gonna be epic. On this scale, I mean, the first season and you have a fight on this scale, it's a lot. It's a lot to actually take in, but Netflix is definitely going all in with this. And for the end, we have Geralt finishing off that Kikimor from the last trailer with maxed out potions. You can definitely see the change in his eyes, the skin, everything. And that's it. If I miss something, I can do another video soon, and there will be a lot of videos coming in the next couple of days, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for waiting. Smash that like and subscribe button for more Netflix The Witcher. I really talk a lot about it, and also join our amazing community on Twitter and Discord. Stay classy everyone, and bye bye.